think all the visits are pretty much done. So now it's just kind of a matter of guys, going through the process and visiting. So let's see what happens when we advance the week. Maybe some fireworks.
We getting old, goddammit. Let's get it. We made niggas put them rose bottles up. We made the whole city boss they like fuck. Boss they like fuck. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Bitch, we made niggas, we love to stunt. We made niggas put them rose bottles up. We made the whole city boss they like fuck. Boss they like fuck. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Bitch, we made niggas, we love to stunt. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Nas, Nori, and Shine. Rhyme with Don Michael when we sitting on shines. Yeah, bitch, this a white tee, this East Laurent. Yeah, how you like that? Told my plug, give me 50, came right back. Now the whole hood jumping like some jumping jacks. Yeah, I love rats, plus I got cheese. Got white bitches, Puerto Rican, Japanese. Rolling green peas, we call it Cali best. Play stupid, get hot ones to your flesh. In the coop, about to put the dash to the...
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Georgia Tech Dynasty. John Eads back with you for a quick recruiting episode. Coming off a loss to Georgia on the road, 45-35. Be sure to check it out if you missed it. Tag it right here. Like the video, sub to the channel as well. Road to 1,000 continues. Rough game. Got one defensive stop the whole time. Turned it over 3 times. And Georgia scored, I think, on all of those turnovers. So that's why we lose. We're now 5-3. Probably going to drop out of the top 25. So it's been a really frustrating season, just like last year was when we lost, 2 games. And I said it last episode, we're in year 3 here, and we've had 0 college football playoff appearances. And barring something insanely wild and frankly just impossible, it seems, happening, it's going to be 3 years of no playoff appearances. And we head into year 4, and that'll be our goal. But obviously when we, compete at the level we do and set the expectations at the level we do, we hope to win the national championship every year that we play. At least be in contention for it. We aren't this year at all. So anyways, there were a couple of recruits visiting Georgia actually during this game, and they saw us lose. So we're going to see what happens as we advance the week. So we'll see what happens with recruiting. I don't really know what to expect this episode, but some good things seem to always happen, or some interesting things at least. So let's get into it. All right, just as a reminder, here's the guys that visited Georgia this week. So Aaron Henderson here, this 5-star receiver, was there. And then Eric Mayfield, a 4-star defensive end, was also in attendance. Where Georgia stands 3rd, not really close there for Mayfield, and 2nd in a battle with us. It's really a Georgia Tech-Georgia race here. So we'll see, where we are when we advance the week. Probably behind because we lost, and that's kind of not a good look. So otherwise, though, other guys, we're in the lead for Johnson here. We were down by a lot previously. Brown, we're pulling away, and it seems like Florida's kind of hanging around a little bit. Garrett Hall, we pretty much have locked up. JUCO Jr., pretty solid linebacker who I don't necessarily want, but, he could be something for us. Probably take a redshirt year and be a producer. And we got just a bunch of 5-star receivers kind of hanging on the board as well. We picked up a 5-star receiver last episode. Check it out if you missed it here. Patrick Watkins, who is the best of the bunch. Like, we got the best guy. That's why he's the #1 wide receiver recruit. And then Wayne Rogers we got recently as well. But otherwise, David Cooper, in a battle with Vandy, making up ground. Adams, us in Miami, West Virginia. A lot of teams in contention there. So a lot of battles. I think all the visits are pretty much done, so now it's just kind of a matter of guys, going through the process and visiting. So let's see what happens when we advance the week. Maybe some fireworks. All right, always something to talk about. So here we go. Nobody committed elsewhere, so that's good news. And we also got 2 commits, as you can see. That JUCO linebacker we just talked about, Garrett Hall, he's on board. And then Steve Brown as well, our quarterback. We like to bring one in every cycle, so he's our selection for this year's group. He's a 3-star, I believe, as well. We'll go look at them. So we're up to 13 commits, if my math is correct, and we only have 3 more spots, which with the way it's looking right now, we got a lot of battles. We might be able to just win 1 or 2 of them. So looking like we'll be okay numbers-wise. Let's go look at these guys, though, and get an update on where we stand in the other battles. All right, Steve Brown, 3-star, 6'6", 213, good size, from Fair Oaks, Georgia, #21 quarterback. Got him over Florida, Georgia, West Virginia also in there. dual threat guy. He's going to need to develop for sure. He's got good power. Accuracy's got to, bump up though. Speed and excel, that'll improve, but, that's dangerous enough to be a weapon as a dual threat quarterback. Agility could improve for sure. What about, carrying's not great. No juke move at all. But he can avoid injury pretty well there at 88. So, yeah, he's solid. Like, he's not a superstar. He's not a stud. But he's a really solid quarterback. And if you look at the depth chart we have now, offer from Florida, he will sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years because we got a freshman we brought in last year, 2 sophomores, and then Edwards, the junior. He'll probably come back next year. So he's got plenty of time to just sit, bide his time, and develop. And by the time he's a junior or senior, slot him in. He's the starting quarterback. So that's why we bring in a quarterback every year. So we're always stocked up and the cupboard's never bare. Garrett Hall, 6'3", 224 from Bella Vista, Arizona. 2-star because he's a JUCO guy. He's a junior as well. So only 2 years of eligibility, but could redshirt and make it 3. 81-84 speed excel. Agility's low. 79 strength though. Good tackling numbers. Good block shed. Coverage is pretty good too. So overall, he's pretty solid. Only offer from us, but had some pretty good looks from other colleges as well. So how are we looking at outside linebacker? We should be pretty good. We bring in linebackers pretty good every year. We have a couple signed this year as well. 2 of them now, him and Wayne Rogers. 3 seniors, so we definitely needed to bring some in. So good. Now we're up to 13 commits, as I said. So 3 left, and let's go check out the other guys that we're still going after. We also got points to spend too, so we can dole those out accordingly if we need to. Probably don't want to because we only got 3 spots. So Anderson visited Georgia, obviously went really well. They made up a ton of ground on us and have put themselves in the lead easily. He doesn't seem to be super locked though. Yeah, no, it's a battle. It's us and them, and so he's not necessarily leaning one direction or the other very much. Neither is Bonner here, who still has a lot of visits to take. Temple, Rutgers, Syracuse, he's all loaded up. So that's going to be a battle probably for a while. Martin, we're in the lead still. We're hanging on, but he's got visits coming up. This week he's going to West Virginia. Then right after that, Ole Miss, Texas State. I don't know why. And then Florida. But he's really good, and we hopefully can get him. 6'2", 262. Adams, we made up some ground here, it looks like. Yeah, up 220 somehow. Maybe we put more resources on him, and that's why. It's us or Miami. He's visiting Miami a long time from now, so maybe we can hop into first place. Cooper, I think we're making up ground every week on this guy. We actually lost a little bit of ground, but still, it's us or Vanderbilt, and us or Vanderbilt one-on-one. We should probably win that battle, from, being honest. 5-star, number 1 running back recruit. Nothing like crazy, but he's really solid, and he'll be really good eventually, but he's not necessarily like a Doak Walker winner in year 1 as a number 1 recruit, you know what I'm saying? Mayfield, we're in the lead for still. And it looks like Georgia, they made a dent. They're hanging in, but it doesn't look like they're really in this battle. So, it could be worse. We could have lost Henderson. We could have lost Mayfield off of this, but we didn't. So, we're still in the lead. Georgia State visit is coming up, and then Florida, who is way out of this. So, I think you're looking good. We're in the lead before we even go to Georgia State. Georgia Tech, Georgia State. I know we're not playing that well this season, but it goes without saying. Our school's better for many reasons. All right, then John Gates. 6'2", 196. He's the number 2 wide receiver in the class. We got the number 1 already, so maybe we can get the 1 and the 2. He's going to Georgia State as well. I don't know why. And, we made up a lot of ground, it looks like. So good for us. Not sure how we did that. He's not even visited yet, so all right, we got a chance here. That's big for us. And then Ohio State's in there too, but not really. So, yeah, a lot of guys are looking real good on it. I think we could win in terms of, battles. Johnson, we're pulling away a little bit. Looks like we added 160. And, Army's starting to slip. Ohio State's starting to slip. So he's going to visit all those schools. And just a waiting game now. So at a certain point, we're not going to do any more recruiting episodes, guys, because it's just kind of updating the same stuff over and over again. But we're not at that point yet. So, we'll keep rolling on these guys and keep making these as long as we can. But when it gets to a point where we either fill out our class or it's going to go to signing day, we just kind of chill on the recruiting episodes. So comment down below if you want me to keep doing them. like the video, sub to the channel, all that good stuff, and comment who the drip of the day player should be. We'll pick one today in a little bit. All right, so we got a lot of points left, 900, and 4 guys that we're kind of just letting sit because, you know, we don't think they could be instant impact players like the other guys above them. I'm just kind of looking one more time. I mean, if I offer anybody, it'd probably be Spurlock here because he's got elite traits, others that are just putrid. Jeremy Brown's a little slow, not terrible though. Just very meh, all these guys. Even Pierre Brown too, same as Spurlock, like legitimately a 69 overall player because those are the type of dudes that are like tweeners. Like on the one hand, they're really good in some things, but then on the other, they just suck at others. So I'm not ready to put any points on any of them or give them any scholarships, anything like that, because we got 3 spots left and 8 guys here who I would love to give those 3 spots to. So we're going to wait and see for now. Our recruiting class is still ranked number 1 in the country. It could end up being the number 1 class in the country. It says we're a 3-star prestige program, so I think we started at 1-star. We've been moving our way up since we got here. Defense needs a lot of help, clearly. Here's our class. So Brown is the 12th highest commit, so second from the bottom, and then Hall's 13th, actually. So we signed our worst 2 commits, but, you know, they're developmental guys in a sense, so we're all good with that. Overall, really solid, though. All right, this week's drip of the day, I think it's going to go to Mike Schwend here. He plays strong safety. He's made some tackles for us this year. He's played quite a bit in the past 2 or 3 seasons we've been here, so just kind of popped in the back of my head like, oh, this guy's been making plays, but he kind of looks like he's a scrub. So let's go ahead and drip him out and get him looking nice to be our counterpart back in the secondary with Matt Thomas, the free safety. All right, as y'all can see, we dropped out of the top 25 for the first time in a while. I can't remember the last time we weren't ranked, probably since the beginning of the Georgia Tech Dynasty here. 5-3, next game on the road at Mississippi State. So we got to come back and really just find our groove. I thought we did against Arkansas, but clearly we didn't. So like the video, sub to the channel, good episode. We got 2 more commits. As I said, something always happens in these episodes. I just don't know what. And we got 2 more commits, 3 more spots, and a lot of battles, but should be very interesting, especially down the stretch. So keep on coming back. Hit the bell for the post notifications, and come back for our next game. You know, we're backs against the wall here, 5-3. People are starting to launch things at us. Questions: can we really compete in the SEC? You know, was it a mistake moving conferences? Can we really win at Georgia Tech? We haven't been to the playoff yet. We haven't done a whole lot. So, I mean, we've done a little bit, but we haven't, you know, won any national championships or even made the playoff, as I said. So, people are wondering if we're really cut out for this. We got to prove some people wrong and show them what we can do. And that's what we got coming up on the road in Stark Vegas. Catch you all in the next episode. As always, go Jackets. Let's get a W next time. All right?